What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Monday morning, the 24th of August, 2015. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Should be an interesting week. How about that Dow Jones? We'll get to that in a minute. As always, the first link below, we take it to the Blogspot. That's where you can find all this madness. Got some developing news as I shoot the report. Explosion occurs at U.S. military facility in Japan. Fox News just has this as developing. Not sure if that's a big deal or not. Put a link to it. Also interesting to note, another explosion in China chemical plant. I think this was a good distance from the Port City explosion. That World War III related, I have no idea, maybe just coincidence, but I'll put a link to it. We got 3 Americans praised for stopping gunmen on European train. I think they're labeling that a terrorist attack. Right on August 22nd, 2015, we are change. We also got back here in the United States, knives are stabbing people again. Suspect in fatal Shaw stabbing. Plan to kill several people up in the state of Maine, up there somewhere. Meanwhile, down in Florida, bizarre story involving knives. 4 Florida students hack classmate with machete, then have sex near the scene. What's happening? That local media out of Florida. We got this. We got former Subway spokesman Jared Fogle to plead guilty to child pornography charges. Jared? The Subway guy? Doesn't he run a foundation for fat kids or something like that? What is this? You know, I have a theory that maybe this is just a cover story. Maybe he was promised a spot in the dumb for whatever reason. I hope that's the case. But if he's tied up in child pornography crap, whatever. I'll put a link to it. On the election stuff, we got Trump Watch welcomes a bald eagle to his office for photo shoot. That from Fox News Insider. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton tries to play stupid at a presser. Check this out. They asked her, did she wipe her servers? Did I wipe the server like with a cloth or something? I think you know damn well what you're being asked there, Mrs. Clinton. That from townhall.com. Meanwhile, speaking of Mrs. and Mr. Michelle Obama, we got one here. Obama says anyone that opposes him is a terrorist. Well, of course, that August 7, 2015. I don't know the site, but you know how it is, NDAA and all that. Meanwhile, Obama's disapproval rating grows to 51%. Now, that is interesting. That is an Operation Blackjack alert. If you remember the TV series Jericho, just as the nukes were about to go off, there was a news piece running about how the president's approval rating was sinking. We're approaching September. We got all this going on. In fact, let's switch over to financial news here. I'll put a link to that story, by the way. How the Dow Jones did on Friday. The Dow lost 530 points on Friday to close the week down 1,017.65. Did you get that? Last week, 1,000 points gone from the Dow. You know, they're calling it a correction. They're trying to do some damage control. What does this week have in store? I have no idea. Last I saw, though, I think I have a link to foreign markets here. In fact, the second link below the market recap is going to be this. Somebody screen captured this. This is eerie. The Dow Jones on the 21st read 16,666.66. Did you get that? 16,666.66. What are the odds? I mean, somebody screen capped that on their browser. I'll put a link to the picture. That's eerie. Asian stocks fall with Shanghai Corp down 6.1%. Red all over the world. This is just one article of many from CNBC. We got golf markets melting down. Saudi Arabia plunges 7%. That from Zero Hedge. We got Netflix getting caught up in this. Netflix crushed hard Thursday as tech and media stocks plunged 7.8% down on Netflix. I mean, you know, if you got stock and not from Netflix, you might want to get out. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor, though. We've got one more in the financial bin. Global trade in free fall. Container freight rates from Asia to Europe crashed 60% in 3 weeks. Will we see the September doom? I have no idea, but some very interesting things going on. Man killed, over to New World Order Police State News now. Man killed by St. Louis City Police was shot in the back. Autopsy says originally I did not put this story in the police state bin. However, the coroner has come out and said, yes, this guy was shot in the back. This was a search warrant that was being executed in North St. Louis City, where apparently 2 guys ran out the back. One of them turned and pointed a gun at a cop. Cops, you know, out of fear for their lives, defended themselves, killed the guy, but now it's coming out that he was shot in the back. So I don't know where this is going to lead. The Civilian Review Board is going to look at this. That was established after the whole Mike Brown thing and whatnot. I'll put a link to this from CNN. I got a second link. Quiet start 1 day after fires and tear gas. Wake of St. Louis City Police shooting. You know, at first, I didn't know what these people were protesting about because the official story read this guy was just a local scumbag who pointed a gun at a cop, in which case I will always defend, especially the city cops, defending their lives. But, you know, now that it comes out he's been shot in the back, we're just going to have to wait and see. But people are upset in North St. Louis City. I'll put a link to that. We got other news going on. We got cop busted on hidden camera extorting driver. Buy these tickets or I'll take your car. Did you see this crap? This is out of Philadelphia. They got video on it. Apparently this cop has been fired. At least I hope he's been fired. Maybe he was put on desk duty or something like that. Extortion. Straight up extortion. Buy these tickets to the policeman's ball. Support your police department or I'm going to tow your car. Stop effing crying. SWAT teams raid wrong home, hold naked mom at gunpoint in front of her children. This August 22nd out of, where did this happen out? Is this Michigan or Massachusetts? Somewhere, I don't know. Free Thought Project. What else is new in Nazi America? FBI wants better automated image analysis for tattoos. Be advised, more cameras coming, more analysis of your tattoos. Put a link to that. Report says documents reveal details behind AT&T NSA partnership. No crap. This is actually from, let's see, 8/16/2015. We got Google's humanoid robot walking in the woods is terribly creepy. Okay, AI come to life. This August 18, 2015 from CNET. Got one more. Be advised, if you got Windows 7 or Windows 8 and you got that little Windows thing down on your bar down there telling you to upgrade, be advised. Warnings on Windows 10. Microsoft can disable your pirated games and illegal hardware in Windows 10. You want to be aware of that. Over to World War III news. North and South Korea. I thought North Korea was going to blow up the South speakers, but apparently, at least at this hour, North and South Korea resume talks amid tension. This is August 23rd from CNN. So will missiles fly? I have no idea. More than 50 North Korean submarines leave their bases as war talks with South continue. This is from the Mirror. Put a link to that. We got other news. Russia and NATO actively preparing for war. This is from the Telegraph on August 12th. I do have an updated article. U.S. concern about Russian arms sales to Iran. That August 19. We got the Potomac Tribune says, check this out. Pay attention. U.S. increasing global military drone surveillance flights by 30,000 by 2019. 30,000 more drones going into the skies around the world, from the military-industrial complex right to your doorstep. It's like Obama said, Predator drone. You'll never see it coming. You think I'm joking? I'll put a link to that clip under that 30,000 drone clip if I can find it. Other news going on. Pentagon report says Russia is deploying new, specifically modified air defense systems to the Arctic. That August 19th from Business Insider. We got the Times of Israel reports, I can't say his name, Khamenei, whatever his name is, urges Islamic unity against real enemies, the U.S. and Israel. That August 22nd, 2015. Jihad everywhere. We got Syria to bear consequences for rocket attack, says the Israeli army. Apparently Syria has launched rockets on Israel. We got Syria ups the ante with shoots down Zionist F-16 bomber and helicopters. Syria pulls all out plugs. I'll put a link to this. Another backing up the last link. It's madness all over the planet. I got one more in World War III, Ben. Shattering new evidence reveals Obama spent $500 million to train a jihadi elite force, which now partners in Christian massacres. And even the mainstream media can't figure out why Obama will not say the words Muslim jihadist. Because he's one of them. Of course, that's just my opinion. Over to Earth changes in 2012 news now. Looks like we got recent quakes, 4.0 out of California on the 17th. On the 15th, we got a 6.6 out of the Solomon Islands. Well, this is kind of old. I'll put a link to USGS data. Some big quakes on the left, small quakes on the right. A lot of small quakes. California, Oklahoma, Alaska. As always, put a link to that recap data. A rest in peace, a shout out and a rest in peace. 3 firefighters killed in Washington state as wildfires spread across the west. Wildfires all over the western United States claimed the life of 3 firefighters in Washington state. Rest in peace, and my thoughts to the family and the department that they work for. That really sucks. We got over in China, also a lot of firemen dead battling that Port City explosion, and my thoughts go out to their families and departments as well. First rainfall since Tunisian. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Explosion leaves city covered in mysterious white foam. They still don't know what the hell blew up down there and don't know how to treat it. But I'll put a link to this. So the whole city's covered in white foam after the rain. Kind of reminds me of the fallout scene from Jericho. We got 2 major U.S. aquifers contaminated by natural uranium. This came out 8/17. Put a link to that. They got a map on that. You want to be aware of that. Space.com puts this out. Booze sent to space to explore mellow mechanism. Don't drunk drive the spaceship, please. I know what I'm doing. We got California plans taking land for huge water tunnels back here on Earth. That from ABC News. Eminent domain for huge water tunnels. Okay. Meanwhile, no asteroid is threatening to hit the Earth next month, NASA says. Well, of course NASA would say that. Between the dates of September 15th and September 28th. That's MSN, mainstream news from NASA. Do you trust them? One more, we got the Russian media is talking about what's coming in September, but the U.S. media has been strangely silent. What does Russia know that the U.S. doesn't know, or does know but won't tell people? Over to strange and bizarre news. Got some strange news. Couple finds naked man in their bed. Where'd he come from? I don't know that from Hawaii News Now. Meanwhile, check this out. Come on, baby, light this fire. Jaded woman gets revenge on cheating boyfriend by setting his crotch on fire while he's sleeping. And I believe she posted it on YouTube. Wow. Okay, right on. Put a link to that. Fox News puts this out. 4 Florida teens arrested in carjacking and kidnapping a federal agent. Are you stupid? Put a link to that. Meanwhile, this is just disturbing story. Mother confesses to killing 3 sons so her daughter could get more attention. I don't know, somewhere in America. I'll put a link to that. Apollo 14 astronaut says peace-loving aliens prevented nuclear war on Earth. I believe they were called the Palladians. Remember that lady from a long time ago? Where's she at these days? Put a link to that. I don't know, maybe. Meanwhile, one more. We got presidential candidate named D's Nuts, polling at 9% among North Carolina voters. That ranks right up there with the Holy Fook and the Bang Ding Ow. Anybody remember that? Google that. For all of the news, please check my favorite videos. I have favorited lots of videos over the past week. Thank you to everybody who puts out content, all kinds of good stuff over there. Pull it up, check over the title, see if there's anything you don't know about. Got a couple shout outs this week. Shout out to MoreFPSRussia. Put out a video, and the gun nuts are going to love this. Remote control sniper. You have got to watch this video. It's only 5 minutes long. And put it in HD and blow it up. Yes, remote control, first person shooter. You're like you're playing a video game. Incredibly accurate. Check out his video. That is just amazing. And a shout out to another Russian, CrazyRussianHacker. I just found this guy. We watched several of his videos on my live feed. But I'm going to put one and check out his other videos as well. 10 simple rubber band hacks. This is just awesomeness. Just awesomeness. I like, the character. I like the hacks. Check out his other videos. It's just good stuff. If you're bored and you want to check out somebody new, check out his stuff. That's all I got, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst of YouTube. You never want to see again. Please rate, though. It helps me around. I do appreciate it. You can also follow me on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter for live show alerts, breaking news alerts, new upload alerts. They're always over there. People tell me they sub me, but they're not getting my videos. Follow me on one of those. You'll always get them. What a week. What about the Dow? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Is it going to go sideways? And the whole thing going to come apart? World markets looks like they're already down in pre-trading. We'll see how it goes, though. You guys take care, stay safe, remain vigilant. There's some crazy stuff going on right now. I will see you on the next one.